Imagine this. You're an ordinary person. You have friends, family, and a clear sense of right and wrong. Now imagine that in less than a week, you become someone your own family wouldn't recognize. Could it really happen? In 1971, psychologist Philip Zimbardo set out to answer one disturbing question. Does evil come from who we are, or from the situations we are placed in? To find out, he recruited 24 mentally healthy college students with no criminal history. They were ordinary young men, carefully screened to ensure they were psychologically stable. Then, with the flip of a coin, half became guards and half became prisoners. A fake prison was built in the basement of Stanford University. The guards wore uniforms and sunglasses. The prisoners lost their names and were identified only by numbers. Everyone knew it was just an experiment. At first, it even seemed fun. But everything changed on the second day. The prisoners rebelled by refusing orders and barricading themselves inside their cells. The guards responded with unexpected aggression. They used fire extinguishers to force the prisoners out, took away their beds, and began inventing humiliating punishments that had never been approved by the researchers. No one told them to do it. Power alone was changing their behavior. By the third day, the line between acting and reality had disappeared. One prisoner suffered such intense emotional distress that he broke down completely, crying uncontrollably and begging to leave. The researchers initially believed he was pretending. He wasn't. Meanwhile, many prisoners had become so psychologically trapped that they forgot they were free to leave at any time. The prison existed more in their minds than behind the bars. Even Philip Zimbardo lost his objectivity. Instead of behaving like a scientist, he began acting like the prison's warden. The experiment continued until another psychologist, Christina Masloch, visited the prison and was horrified by what she saw. She told Zimbardo something simple but powerful. You have to stop this. Only 6 days after it began, the experiment was shut down. Not because it had reached its conclusion, but because it had become too dangerous. The results shocked the world. There were no criminals. There were no monsters. Only ordinary people placed into powerful roles. Zimbardo later called this idea the Lucifer effect. His conclusion was unsettling. People don't always become cruel because they're evil. Sometimes they become cruel because the environment encourages it, rewards it, or simply allows it. The experiment raises an uncomfortable question. How much of our behavior is truly ours? And how much comes from the systems we live in? Schools, workplaces, governments, even social media. Everywhere there are people with authority, and people expected to obey. But the Stanford Prison Experiment also revealed something hopeful. Not every guard became abusive. One guard consistently treated the prisoners with dignity and questioned what was happening. He proved that even when a system pushes people toward cruelty, we still have a choice. The system may influence us, but it does not decide who we become. So here's the real question. If you were given power over someone else, who would you choose to be when no one was watching? Leave your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy stories where psychology, history, and human nature collide, don't forget to subscribe for more.